in regards to this tournament has been going on, as you know, since 1937. There's been 2 teams that have ever won 3 consecutive tournaments. The Tennessee A&I teams are pretty well chronicled. What may not be as well chronicled, and it probably should be, is the great Kentucky State teams of 1970, 71, and 72, led by Travis Grant. And so you're aware, this tournament has been going on, as we mentioned, going into our 73rd year. It's only happened twice. In the 38 years since Travis Grant walked off the court at Municipal Auditorium last, and nobody has scored as many points as Travis Grant has scored in this tournament. Still today, 38 years later, he holds the record for the most points in a game, the most points in a tournament, the most points in a career, the most field goals in a game, and a tournament, and a career. Nobody has touched those records, and nobody has touched the records of 42.6 points per game in the 1972 tournament. Think about that, 42.6 points per game. He dropped 60 points in one game in this tournament, and nobody has touched those records since. But what he's really proud of, and I'm sure he'll be happy to touch on it, is 3 consecutive national championships. When we talk about all the individual accolades, he very quickly turns it back to team, and it's all about team for Mr. Travis Grant, and we're really proud and excited to have him here with us. And with that, we'd like to turn it over to Travis Grant.
Okay.
No 3-point shots either.
No, correct. First and foremost, I'd like to give praise to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, because without God in my life, I wouldn't be back in Kansas City today. You heard George Gervin talk about the games that we played at Kentucky State when they came down. They won 18 games in a row, and we were able to beat them by 55 points. That was a good team my senior year. Now, the 1971 team, we were not just a good team, we were a great team. We had Elmore Smith, William Graham, and we had a lightning quick guard, Jerry Stafford. We had the horses to play with any team, regardless of division. I remember the off-season pickup games that we used to play against our counterparts from Lexington, Kentucky, and the results wasn't even close. You know, it reaffirmed what we always knew, that we had something special at Kentucky State. I would like to talk briefly about my last year championship game, because we had lost 3 starters, Elmore Smith, William Graham, and Jerome Brister, and we wasn't given a chance that year to repeat and win that tournament. We had lost to Eau Claire State by 20 during the Christmas tournament at Eau Claire at that tournament, and we were in the second round, and Eau Claire played a game against, I think it was Bellarmine, some college, and the coach made a comment that it's hard to play against a team like that when you know you have to play Stephen F. Austin 3 nights from now. Stephen F. Austin was the number 2 team in the tournament. Eau Claire was number 1. And they never got a chance to play Stephen F. Austin because we beat Stephen F. Austin in the semifinals. And the papers read the next day, Eau Claire number 1, but the machine well oiled. And we went out and won our 3rd consecutive NAIA championship. And Coach Mitchell called it the sweetest ever, because nobody thought we could win one without a 7-footer, which was Elmore Smith. Sam Siebert was the center on that team. He blocked 15 shots in one half against St. Thomas. 11 of them was against a 7-3 player, Bob Rozier. And that was one half. He got in foul trouble and came back the second half and blocked 2 more shots. He had 17 shot blocked for that game. Those Kentucky State teams could rival any teams. Only 3 other teams have been able to do that. You know, Coach John McClendon's team at Tennessee State and Coach John Wooten teams at UCLA. The only regret I have about this weekend is that my coach couldn't be here, because he was one of the best coaches I played for. I've never been more prepared to play than when I played for him. He was ahead of his class. I look at NBA TV sometimes, I see him talking about the read and react offense and how it revolutionized basketball. We were doing that 40 years ago. A lot of times we played, I was double team and triple team, but I was able to react to the defense that was being played, and I was able to get open. And the most important thing about me wasn't so much the scoring, but it was the percentage. I averaged like 63% from the field my entire college career. And as a sophomore in college, I shot 70%. Those are things that stand out to me more than all the individual awards as far as leading the nation in scoring, all-time leading scorer. Those wasn't as important to me. My team trusted in me to take the shot anytime I wanted to, as well as my coach, and they didn't have a problem with that. Basketball has changed now. I don't think that'll happen again. Everybody want to shoot. But on our team, we had that concept. We had different roles to play on that team. We had rebounders, we had defenders, and we had players that actually did a little of both. But Coach Mitchell was in total control, and that's why we were able to come out here in the toughest tournament probably ever played and cut the nets down 3 times in a row. Thank you.